Hello everyone, this is Noel with Veteran Pens and Crafts, and we are here today to show you how to create a wall clock. This is my first time making wall clocks, but I've been tinkering around with the software quite a bit. I do have a Shapeoko 5 Pro 4x4, and I've been using Carbide Create for approximately about a month now. So for those of you that are new to the software, welcome. For those of you that are veterans to the software, if you see anything that I'm doing incorrectly, I'm open to constructive criticism. Go on ahead and leave it in the comments below. We're going to start off with a workpiece of 26 inches by 26 inches. I am using Baltic birch plywood. We're setting our thickness at 0.3260 because it's a 3/8 inch piece of plywood. And we're going to go on ahead and set our step over at 0.125, it's about 1/8 of an inch. And we are setting our measurements at inches, not millimeters. So to start this off, again, it is a 25-inch diameter clock, so we're going to go on ahead and create a circle. And in order to figure out your diameter, you have to, your right radius, you have to divide your diameter by 2. So in this case, it is going to be 12.5 inches, and that'll give us a 25-inch diameter clock. We're going to go on ahead and center the tool to our workpiece. And now we are going to go on ahead and deselect it, and I'm going to upload a silhouette that I have. I don't believe that this is the file for it at the soldier silhouette one, so I want to go on ahead and get their clock dials. I believe it was number 6. So we're going to go on ahead and select number 6 here. And that is going to be stripes with numbers. So number 6, that's correct. Okay, so we'll go on ahead and center that. I'm going to go on ahead and start selecting these numbers here because I want to get rid of the numbers. I just want to use the lines, the minute lines, the dial. So we're going to hit and click Shift and hold it while we select multiple items. And we are going to get rid of them. Let's hit delete, and I like that. That's a pretty modern clock face right there. In fact, if this was a simple piece, I mean, you could literally just paint this clock face black and V-carve all of this out, and you can paint those lines white, and that'll be a nice contemporary modern clock that anyone would pay money for. Vice versa, you could paint any color, red, white, red, black, any color combination. But in this case, I want to get a little bit more intricate. I'm going to go on ahead and put a soldier silhouette on this one. So I've gone ahead and deselected the dials, ungrouped it so that I can go on ahead and select that center circle, and then deselect that center circle, and then regroup the clock dial, and we'll leave that circle empty. Now I want to go ahead and set an offset to this circle, and I'm going to do another offset of a 1/16 of an inch on the outside of that one. The reason why, I'll share this with you later, but because I need a little bit of meat in the center there where the nut is going to go for the clock mechanism. So now we are at the point where we're going to go ahead and upload our soldier silhouette image. So go ahead and click import. We'll locate my file, and I believe I've got in SVG files, military soldier silhouette. There it is. And we're going to go click number 7, which is the one that I pre-selected for this video. We're going to go on ahead and reset this size. I believe I'm going to go on ahead and probably put, let's see here, let's tinker around with some measurements. We'll go on ahead and group it, and we'll center it, because if we don't group it before we center it, it just centers that piece, and it turns into a hot mess. So just make sure that you group it before you do so. So I'm kind of liking this. I know that it doesn't look right because it's kind of going into the minutes, but we're going to go on ahead and fix that here in a second. We're selecting the Create Circle tool. I'm going to go on ahead and set this, I believe, probably about 15-inch diameter. So we'll go on ahead and put 8.5, no, let's do 7.5. I was debating whether 15 or 16 inches. So we're going to go ahead and grab our piece that's already grouped, select the circle secondary, and we'll go on ahead and center it to our last selection. So now that's looking okay, but I'm going to go ahead and deselect this circle, and I'm going to move the soldier silhouette down a little bit because I want to go on ahead and capture his helmet. So that's looking pretty good right there. So we're going to go on ahead and reselect our circle as a secondary selection, and we're going to boolean. So we're going to play with these booleans until I find what I want. So everything selected in blue is what's going to stay. So that's what I'm looking for there. So we'll go on ahead and hit OK on that, and we'll delete everything else. So that's looking pretty good there. So I'm going to go on ahead and regroup it, because unfortunately when it booleans, it degroups it. It unselects the grouping. So we'll regroup it, that way we can center it. And now we're going to go on ahead and play with the numbers here a little bit, and we're going to set this up to a size where I want it to have it at least 1/8 of an inch from the back of these numbers on the sides here. So let's zoom in here, just make sure that we're pretty much there, and yeah, that looks about 1/8 of an inch, matches the other end. So I'm kind of liking that there. So that's looking pretty sharp, right? It's going from a modern contemporary clock to something that is looking pretty sharp. So now here I have the soldier silhouette where it's going to carve into my center clock mechanism area. So I'm playing with the tool here. I'm noticing that I'm not going to be able to boolean that out the way I want to. So I'm going to have to ungroup the soldier silhouette file logo. I'm going to have to ungroup it again, so I can just select certain portions of it along with my circles to go on ahead and see if I can get a better boolean on it. So we'll go on ahead and hit boolean again. And let's fiddle around with these a little bit and see what I'm looking at here. Remember, everything that's blue is staying. Everything that's not blue is going away. So we've gotten that there. That looks pretty good. We're going to go ahead and select everything. We're going to regroup. And now we're going to deselect that circle, regroup. And we're going to go ahead and hit an offset. So I'm going to set an offset again of 0.0625. which is giving us 1/16 of an inch offset on the outside. We're going to do that twice so that we can replace the circles that we got rid of. And now I don't have to worry about the V-bit going ahead and carving out that center area there. So we'll group these two circles along with the soldier, and we'll leave the center circle open because that's where I'm going to drill through all the way to the bottom so I can get that mechanism through there. So let's go ahead and start working our tool paths. We're going to start with our soldier. I always like to go ahead and set my speeds and feeds on my 1/8 inch end mill to 50 and 60. This is important, guys. There's some people that go out there and they put it at 100 or 80 or 90, and you know, if you're a veteran and you know your machine that well, you can go on ahead and do it. My V-bit, I set it at 70 and 80. This is again a 90-degree V-bit. And the reason why these are so important is because if for your end mills in particular, your 16th inch and your 1/8 inch end mills, your feed rates are how fast it moves through the piece. And if you're going too fast, you're not giving it enough time to cool, and it can go on and burn out your bits, or it can break them, snap them, and you know these bits get kind of pricey. We'll go on ahead and set the starting depth at 0.005. And I will set this already at 0.018, and the reason why I set it that shallow is because I played with it before I did the video, and I didn't quite like that it was putting dots where I didn't want dots. So I fiddled around with the depth, and at 0.18 it got rid of all the dots, and it just gave me a nice crisp carve. And it's shallow. It's enough to get some paint in there, and it's going to look really nice. So let's go on ahead and V-carve out this dial. We'll go on ahead and select the pocketing first. Again, 1/8 inch end mill, 50 and 60. We'll set the V-bit at 70 and 80. And let's double check at 0.005. We're going to go on ahead and set that back up to 0.105 or 0.100. We'll name this dial carve. And then now we are going to go on ahead and select our center circle for the drill. Now that we've got that selected, let's go on ahead and pocket through that. We'll hit use current selection, edit, (1560), and then we'll put 0.005. We'll hit here drill, and then you use stock bottom. That way it goes all the way down to the bottom of the workpiece. And now we're going to go on ahead and work on our contour. We're going to go on ahead and select the outer diameter circle. We'll click contour, use current selection. We're going to go on ahead and set this at 0.005 starting, edit, 0.8 or 1/8 inch end mill, 1560 feed rate. Use stock bottom because we do want it to go all the way to the bottom. This defaults to inside left. I don't want to take away more meat from the inside of the diameter of the clock, so I'm going to go ahead and set this to outside diameter or outside right. And that's better. It leaves me with my 1/8 of an inch between the minutes lines and the outer diameter. We're going to go on ahead and make sure to ignore tabs is not clicked because we do want the tabs there. If the tabs aren't in there right now, I will be going back here shortly to go on ahead and insert the tabs. Now we'll go back to design and we're going to insert our tabs and just say, you know, the tabs is right here. We'll click that again there so that we can go on ahead and put our tabs. Put one tab there, another tab there, and one more tab there. And that should secure it, and it's just going to go around and around, and it'll pop back up around those tabs and go back down again until it goes all the way through the workpiece. So I have all my tool paths set. Let's go on ahead and put show simulation. Now, one thing I wish that Carbide Create did, if there's any other Carbide Create employees here, VCarb has something that's really nice that allows you to add color into the actual carving so that you can kind of see the contrasts between your workpiece and what colors you're planning on painting it. That would be a nice feature for future options of Carbide Create 3D, but I'm kind of liking this. So you can see there, though it's shallow, once it gets color, it's going to look really nice. And I think this is a really sharp piece. If you haven't had time to do yet, make sure that hit that subscribe button, share the video, let your friends know if they're into woodworking. This type of file will work with any size clock. You can do clocks from 8 inches all the way up to 32 inches. And once you get to those larger diameters, you'll have to go on ahead and start making your own clock hands. But I'm thinking I'm probably going to create some clock hands for this one, that maybe an M16 for the minute hand, and probably like a pistol or something for the hour hand, but we'll see. That'll be for another video.